Welcome back, everyone. This is Chris again with VFA, and today we are going to be going over how to load and also how to unload a Glock firearm. In front of us, as you can see, we have a Glock 45, we have a Glock 40, and a 9mm Glock. But before we get started, I want to still remind everyone about those free gifts that we have available. We have a marksmanship enhancement class. That's right, a marksmanship enhancement class. $99 of value. We are giving that away for free. Link is located in the description. Take advantage of that, as well as the virtual targets that we also have that you can download and print out yourself. Awesome value, 2 gifts we are giving away for free. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get started. As you can see here, before we even get started, make sure you know the condition as far as the status of each one of your firearms. Anytime that you're handling it, make sure that it is clear and safe. Make sure you don't introduce any kind of live ammunition unless you plan on actually using that firearm. But for this demonstration, of course, I'm not going to be introducing any kind of live ammunition while you're doing this. Make sure that you are clear and safe and away from anyone else when you are loading your firearm and also when you are unloading your firearm. Keep that in mind. Keep that in the back of your head every single time that you pick up this firearm. So before we get started, I just want to show you some of the key components that you're going to actually have to use when it just comes to you handling your firearm. So some of the things you need to get familiar with, which these components are located on each one of these firearms. This right here is your takedown levers. This right here is your slide release. This right here is actually causing this slide to basically be locked to the rear. This button right here is the magazine release. So anytime you need to drop a slide out of this firearm, this is the button that you hit. This piece, as you see right here, that actually is covering in front of the trigger is the trigger guard. And most people probably know what this is. This is the actual trigger, which makes the gun go bang. These are the main components that you're going to basically need just when it comes to you being able to fire this weapon, whether you're going down range or hopefully not, but eliminating the threat if that problem actually presents itself to you. So keep some of those things in mind. Those are the basic working components for the firearm. So for this demonstration, I'm going to be using basically snap caps or dummy rounds just to show you just how to load them into the magazine. It's pretty easy. You just turn around, push that in just like that, and take another one and push them in like that. So make sure the dots that you see on the back of it is also matching the dot that you see on the back of the firearm. That's one of the ways that I just tell some of my students as far as just a friendly reminder. You see a dot on the back of the round and a dot on the back of the magazine. That lets you know that the bullet is actually in there the correct way. Keep that in mind. Next, grab your firearm. Anytime you pick up that firearm, make sure your finger is outside of that trigger guard and also outside of that trigger. Do not have your finger on that trigger anytime you're picking up that firearm, getting it loaded and ready for carry. Go ahead, take that magazine, insert it down in the bottom just like that. Turn around, take the gun, let that slide go forward, and that actually charges a round into the chamber. You can press check, just like you see here, to verify that there's a round that's actually inside of the chamber and ready to go. If you need to basically drop that magazine or perform any kind of magazine exchange, make sure that you are hitting this magazine release button right here. And the magazine comes out just like that. Now, since I never fired an actual round, there's still a round that's located right here inside of the chamber. One of the ways or one of the things that you need to do is you basically need to get that round out of there to clear that weapon out. You go ahead and rack the gun like that. Rack it 3 times. Lock that slide to the rear, as you see here. Visually and manually inspect to make sure that that weapon is clear and safe. As you can see, it is clear and safe. Go ahead, put it down. And that's all you pretty much need to do as far as how to load a magazine into your Glock and unload that magazine from your Glock. One of the things about the Glocks is that they don't have a safety. So your safety is going to be that finger as far as your placement onto that firearm. Keep that in mind. That's all I got for you today. Until next time.